Hello to all of my peeps. It's so good to see you here today. From My Chair, episode 106. This is my last PNG update number 3, last one. I'm here with my dearest friend. I know it is. It's such a bummer. It's so sad. We've been having to talk through that a lot, and I don't want to talk through that. But we are. It's Saturday, July the 2nd, 4:15-ish in the afternoon. Let me say this. The internet is off. It's been off for almost a whole day. So we're recording this in hopes and prayers.
In great faith.
In great faith and hopes and prayers that the internet will get back on so that I can send this, Dropbox it to Pastor, and he will be able to put it up, premiere it on Monday, hopefully, July 4th. Maybe. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The Lord knows. He's in control.
They'll see it in August.
We've seen it in August, yeah. That would be a little bit late, wouldn't it? So anyhow, that's the story with that, and that just happens. It just the internet has issues sometimes, and they're trying to fix it. So we're good. We're at today. We're at Sarah's table.
At my table. I've been at your table before.
Yes,
We've recorded from your table before,
Uh-huh.
and now you're at my table.
Yes, I'm at your table. The place, the staff housing where we've been staying for the past month, and we're about to play a game. Look at taco, cat, cheese pizza. It's so much fun. Oh my goodness! And we're about to eat supper. Fixing to cook supper after this. So we wanted you to join us in an update for the week and things. If I could sum up this week with one word, it would be the word rest. Rest for our bodies, yes, absolutely. But not just our bodies. It's been rest for our souls, rest for our spirits. It's busy around here. Very, very busy around here. And it's needful rest, absolutely. It's term break here at SPIA, and our rest has been very strategic.
Yeah, I mean, as we planned this trip, we planned it I mean, God is in control of all of our plans.
Absolutely.
But as much as we could plan it, we planned that this is how it would go.
Right.
Several weeks of super busy ministry time, but with a little bit of rest.
Yes, and that's what this week has been, and it's encompassed a lot of different things that we'll talk about in just a little bit.
So, I don't know, I was thinking this morning as I was getting ready, a lot of times with rest, when we think about rest, as being people in ministry and things like that, it's almost like we feel guilty about rest. I don't know if you ever...
Yes.
Oh my goodness, yes. But it's like we have to, we feel like, I don't know, that we have to apologize our way out of it.
Yeah.
And we feel guilty about it in the process.
It's like, I'm sorry I'm having fun. I'm sorry I'm still in my PJs at noon. I'm sorry.
And God is like, hey, I'm giving you this good gift. You need to just enjoy it. But we're so busy apologizing for it that we have a hard time sometimes accepting that.
Yeah.
We're much more comfortable being busy sometimes than we are in rest.
True.
I have had several good pastors throughout my life that I've been blessed to have. But from one of them, I just got this sort of philosophy, this perspective of rest. And he used to say this. He said, you don't rest so that you can stay forever at rest, right? It's got to have an end. Yes. But you rest so that you can get strength and be renewed to continue to go back to the battle, to fight, to continue to do ministry. And so that's what we've been doing this week.
Yeah.
It's just resting, not for rest's sake, purely, but that we might both be able to re-enter back into the ministries that God has for us.
That's so good. I love that. Yes, sometimes we do feel guilty, and I feel like sometimes it's other people that make us feel guilty. I don't feel guilty about staying in my PJs until noon. I don't feel guilty at all. We've gone very, very hard for several weeks that we've been here, so I don't feel guilty at all. It's just, it's kind of fun. No, it's not kind of, it is fun. It's a whole lot of fun just enjoying each other, enjoying our time here together. I mean, I've loved that.
It's been phenomenal.
Well, and with the rest, one of my very special peeps, I have to kind of lead with this because it has been very instrumental in helping us rest and entering into just some restful days and hours. One of my very special peeps, they provided us a way to stay at a safe location outside of the city for a couple of days, one night and then 2 days. And that
was a lot of fun. It was great. I had been out there once before a few months ago, and when I went there, I thought, oh man, this was someplace I wish that I could take you when you were coming. I thought, I don't know if I can, afford that financially and everything, and then God just sort of provided through your piece.
Yeah, not sort of.
Not sort of.
It was very strategic.
Definitely.
Yes, very. It was. Hey, I
And,
heard about this place, and I would like for y'all to go to it. And by the way, let me pay for it.
Yes,
It
yes.
was fantastic.
What a blessing.
Fantastic. I loved it.
So from that time that we spent out
Sure,
there,
yes.
what were some of the highlights from that time out there?
Okay,
for you?
it's actually an island.
A small island.
Yeah, it's a very small island, but it was beautiful. One of my favorite things was a sunset. The sunset, we got
Yeah, that one night we came around because
Came around
the
the-
one side of the island is
Yeah.
beautiful, but the other side is like where you get more of the ocean.
You're right, the ocean.
And we walked around at just the right
Yeah,
time.
we
just
did.
can't- oh,
It's
man.
like we rounded the corners, like kind of took our breath away a little bit, and we were able to take some pictures and some selfies of God's creation. Absolutely beautiful. The sunset off of the Pacific Ocean, right? The Pacific Ocean, and never seen that before. I was so amazing. Took my breath away. I just love it. The view from our room.
Yeah.
The ocean kind of came up, not kind of, it did. When the tide came in, we was hearing the ocean all night. We kept the curtains open and everything. That was that was fantastic. We got to walk around the island, not around it totally, but they had one side and then another side of it. And I picked up shells and found some rocks and things, and that was a highlight for me. I just enjoyed that. And we just sauntered. It wasn't a
Power walk.
Yeah, it wasn't a power walk. I can't do that. I'm old. It wasn't a power. It was just enjoying God's creation, enjoying each other, and it was very restful. We found us a picnic bench and offloaded and solved all the world's problems while looking at the ocean. Yeah, that was amazing. Heart talk.
Yeah.
Basically, lots of heart talk in that, and I was so proud of that. So excited about that. But so yeah, that was. That was amazing.
So many highlights from there. Okay, what about the rest of the week? Because we didn't spend. This is Saturday now. Obviously, we weren't off there all week.
No, we're just there a night and two days basically.
Yeah.
Day and a
So, are there any other highlights from the week?
half. Oh, absolutely. We were able. Oh my goodness, we went on Wednesday night. Sarah, we got a young man to go with us and his fiance to go with us, but we went into the city, into a national pastor's church. Shalom Baptist Church,
I love that church.
Pastor
I
Tal.
love Capital City, but I love going there. There's
Yeah.
such sweet people there, and love Pastor Tal and his wife. They're
Well,
just
and
phenomenal.
there's a flair to it that's very different. It's open air, so we could hear everything and see everything, smell everything, because right now they're burning a lot in the city, and so you smell smoke a lot.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when we got there, and they were dealing with power outage, and so they started the service a bit late because they were trying to hook up the generator.
Yep.
And then
It's
midway
PNG
through the
power went
service,
out,
right. And then midway through the service, the power came back on. So then we had to pause the service.
Yep.
So we could
Turn the
it
generators
back to
back off. Yeah. Back
so-
to PNG power. They sang a Motu song at the end, and
I hadn't even heard that song before. It was great.
it was fantastic.
It was about Moses coming, leading the children of Israel out of Egypt. And Pastor Tal, we talked to him afterwards, and he said it was something that they would have sung when they were little kids around their campfire.
Oh, it was so good, so good.
yeah.
Their harmonies, and they were into it. I told you before, they love to sing. Everywhere you go, you hear singing, and so that was such a delight to be able to do that and visit Shalom Baptist Church there, right in the city. I was a little bit nervous, going outside the gate. We talked about that, going outside the gate, but God was good. He protected us, and there was almost a fight outside of the gate. I was like,
a little
Lord,
bit of yelling
Lord.
and things going on.
I told you about the dogs. There were dogs behind us just enjoying the service too, just
I
walking
think you were
around.
tracking some of those geckos crawling across the
Oh
screen up
yeah,
front.
they had a screen that projected like the music and things, just something simple. But I looked up one time to see the words to a song, and there's geckos crawling all around the screen in between the words and everything. It cracked me up. I just loved it. It was precious people. Go on my Facebook page and look at a picture of the precious people. Pastor Miss, his name is Tal, Pastor Tal.
Right.
What's her last name?
Abari.
Abari. Yeah, go on there and look at their picture, and Sarah and
Actually, Abari, sorry.
Abari. The pictures on there. Take a look at that. Precious people, people, and they smile and they shook our hand. Every single one of them, every single one of those people came and shook our hands and just loved it that we were there. It was such a precious time.
It was more of a privilege for us than anything it was.
Oh yes.
Than
Oh, I
anything
was
else.
so glad that we did it. It worked out that we did it, and it's not common that you go out of the gate at night, and we had set it up to where a national young man to go with us and help with all that and the safety. And so God kept us safe, and I'm so glad we did it.
Yeah.
And then one of the highlights for me, we got Sarah set it up to where we could take out Pastor Matt and Miss Becky, take them out to eat
Hannah
one
too.
evening.
Hannah was
Hannah,
with us.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hannah too. Take us out to eat one night and an evening. We got to spend some time with Pastor. As Pastor
They're
and
such a
family.
blessing. Of course, as a matter of fact, somebody was just asking me earlier today. For myself, we've been together in ministry. I first visited them in 2007.
Yeah.
So for a long time
Yeah.
now. And so
Yeah, that
I
was-
enjoy, part of the aspect of you being here and y'all being here is you all getting to know people that are important to me
Right,
in this
that
world.
you know and love.
as well.
I love that. That was
Yeah.
so much fun. That was a highlight for me. I think we ate tacos or something. Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, it was. They
And,
were pretty good
but
too.
more than that, it was getting to fellowship with Pastor Matt, Miss Becky, and Hannah for a little bit. And
God has
that.
used them greatly here in Papua New Guinea, both up in the bush for 10 years and now here in the city
Oh yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah.
And just such visions for Papua New Guinea
Yeah.
and for all that God can do here.
Yeah.
So,
True that.
yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you ready to switch gears for a second?
Okay, we can switch gears.
You
yes.
have so graciously, those were some excellent highlights.
Yes.
You have so graciously the
Yep.
last few weeks allowed us to kind of walk with you through some of the processes that you've walked through as you've been here, as in debrief style questions, and we've
True.
gone not shallow, but very surface things
Food,
like food
yeah.
and
Water,
sleep
shower,
and that kind of
yeah,
stuff,
all that,
to
yeah.
some deeper things. And kind of like in front of God and everybody, right?
Yep.
You let,
Yep.
you've
Here
been
we
so
go.
neat. So, what's the word I want? So amazing to allow us to do that. Amazing. That's what I think of when I think of you. But no, I have a couple more questions.
Okay.
Can you do two
I
more?
would say, let me guess. These aren't like food questions.
Yeah, these aren't.
Okay,
food
that's
questions.
good. I'm
Okay.
ready. I can do this.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Give them to
All
me.
right. No, so I've got two questions. Again, just in continuing in this theme of processing yourself, but also letting others enter into your mind and seeing things through your eyes
Okay.
as well. So it's obviously you're still here in Papua New Guinea, so it's all very fresh
Right.
in your mind
Yes.
still. Are there any perspectives maybe that you had before, or maybe new perspectives that have been strengthened, or things that at this point, July 2nd, after having been here almost a month now, that you would like to share with people on missions and missionaries specifically?
Yes, actually, there's been a lot to think about. There has been a whole lot to think about. Allow me, if I could, to debrief that with you, offload that with you, if I could. Just see my heart in it for a little bit, if you would. First of all, a perspective that I already had, but it's just been very glaring to me. Missionaries need far more than we think. And I know, it's going to be very hard for you to sit here
It
and
is,
listen to
it
me.
is.
So
I told
I'm
you-
sorry, Sarah.
Yeah.
Just
No, I appreciate though that you are wanting to advocate, right? For
right,
us.
but I also know that it's
It's kind of like sometimes
Right.
when I've been on deputation and furlough,
Yeah.
like the awkwardness, the great love shown, but too sometimes the awkwardness of sitting there in the service while they collect the love offering for you.
Yeah,
know,
that's-
passing that plate.
Right.
It's just like
Right.
But no, these are
So,
things that God has given you.
okay. So,
And so-
but you're just. I know how hard it is to listen. You're just going to have to listen, okay?
All right, I
just
will.
love
I
me
will
and
just
listen, okay?
I will be the nodding head in the corner right now and just listen to you.
Okay, good. They need far more than we think. Just one of my perspectives. And look, it's not all about the monetary support. I know what you're thinking. Miss H, you're gonna ask us for more money. Make sure we pay our missionaries. Make sure. Yes, okay, fine. They need our financial support. They do need us to be faithful in our financial support. In other words, don't spend your missions money doing something else. They need it. They need it. But this month has reminded me that there's more to missions than money.
I remember we did missions interviews a couple years ago now, and I remember even saying that at that point, something similar to that.
Yeah.
In that, there are so many times in the ministry that I am not thinking about, all right, did Crestwood Baptist Church send their support this month? That's so important.
True.
That
My
keeps me
goodness.
here. But I'm thinking, man, I hope somebody at Crestwood Baptist Church is praying for me in this
Thinking
moment.
about you, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so then they do need your faith promise money. That if you pledge to support a missionary, please, I beg you, I implore you, and I'm seeing it firsthand. Pay your missionaries, but they need far more than that. So then, what do they need far more of? I'm glad you asked, because from my perspective, number one, they need someone to care about what they're doing. They need somebody to care about what they're doing, truly care. And not, don't get mad at me, not just care 1 week out of a year when they have a missions emphasis. It's very easy to care about missions in that 1 week, or in that one, our church does a month of missions. But you care about them, truly care about what they're doing in the mission, on the mission field. You care about them. That's far more. They need that. They need us to do that. Number two, they need for us to ask questions, not just about ministry, but about themselves. Not all the time about how many people did you reach this month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but what are you struggling with this month?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
It's so true. It's hard.
I know. It's hard for you to sit there and listen to me, and you're being so gracious and so sweet about it. But they need more than just, how many, give me the title, give me the total of the investment that I made. How many people did you see saved? How many tracts did you pass out? Okay, that's wonderful. We need to do that. We need to keep them accountable. But they need for us to ask them and care about their heart. Ministry heavies is how you call them. Mm-hmm. The heavies that they're going through. And
that's what I've got to just really experience with you this month, over the top. Before you ever came, you told me over and over again, I've been through some ministry changes and things this year, and you repeatedly told me that, okay, I'm not coming for a place, I'm coming for a person.
Right. I wanted to know what you had, what was on your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Take your missionary or your missionaries that you support from your church. Get to know them. Not just how many doors did you knock on this month, but how are you feeling this month? Offload what you're going through this month. They need that. That's far more. They need that. And number three, from what I observe, they need for us to listen and care, watch without passing judgment. They need us to listen and to care without passing judgment. So then they give you that offload. They hand you something, and you don't judge them. You don't automatically pass judgment and reproach on what they're doing or what they're not doing. Well, you should do it this way, and you should just listen to what they're going through. Listen to their offloads and their debriefs and things. Number four, they need us to remember that life in ministry can be crazy hard at times. It's crazy hard at your house too. And I get that, I understand that, but it's a little bit different when you're out here with no one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to.
I know you're being so gracious to sit here and listen to this, but it's just what I have observed in the last month or so, and they have life and ministry issues too, and it's crazy hard. Sometimes it's crazy amazing and fruit and it just fantastic things, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not, and they need us. They need us.
Yeah, I need you
to care in those moments, especially in those moments. And then your missionary needs far more encouragement and exhortation than we typically hand them. I'm so guilty of this. They need far more than just once a year checking on them. They need far more encouragement and exhortation than we hand them. They need more. Sir, you need more, far more than just money, cha-ching, cha-ching. That we've got to step in and say, you know what, we've got to be an encouragement and exhort missionaries, just in a very specific way. So yeah, those are some things. That's just my perspective.
I like your perspective, and I love your perspective actually. And I would say that in the last month, I've gotten to experience that far more.
Good.
From you.
Good. I want to. And I know I've been begging you to make a trip to the mission field. I've asked you, I've begged you, I've implored you You need to, but okay, I get it. If you can't, I understand. But be extremely intentional about picking that missionary, picking that family, and just loving them extra, encouraging, listening, emailing them, texting them. Most of them have WhatsApp on their phones, doing Marco Polos, FaceTime. Do something to let them know. You don't have to spend 2 hours or 10 hours, just to let them know, come into their day and let them know that you're there and that you care. So yeah, that's
All right.
that's
Thank you.
the answer for your question.
I told you these questions would be a bit
I know,
deeper.
You're right, and you've been so gracious.
Maybe deeper for both of
to
us,
sit
maybe. I
here.
don't know.
Yeah, you've
you
been
know.
so gracious to sit here and listen to that answer.
Yeah. I have one more question for you.
Okay, sure.
Do you handle one more?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
I can.
You've been here for a month now. Having been here,
Okay.
is there anything that changes for you now when you go home?
Oh my, yes. Some things change, and it's it's not this radical change. Okay, first of all, prayer changes.
And one of the things I think that you've taught me over the years in our communication and stuff is that sometimes we talk about changes and we think of like doing like a 180. And a lot of times it's not that. It's just a tweak.
It's a tweak.
You
Yes,
like to
we
use
talk
that
about
word,
we
and
talk about
I
that a
can
lot.
picture that
Yeah,
in my
we
mind.
talk about that a lot. Things need to be tweaked.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is not I wasn't and now I will. No, I already was, but let's tweak this a little bit.
Right.
My first one is prayer. Prayer changes. I already was, absolutely, but it changes from general praying to very specific praying.
Sure, because now you know, okay, when I say, hey, this family is coming to church,
Yes.
and you know that you met them, you know they're not believers, and we're praying for that. Okay, now you're not just praying, hey, help them to have a good church service.
Right.
You're praying for that couple.
You're praying for that couple to come to know Christ as their Savior.
Yes.
Because they're lost.
Right,
They
because
go-
you've shaken hands with them.
Yes.
Shaking whatever.
Yes. Yep.
And,
shaking hands with them.
Now you've got that.
Right.
And so that changes how you pray. Or, I mean, I think one of the things is now when we're texting or whatever, and I'm like, hey, I got to go. We're running to town for groceries.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh my goodness.
like, I mean, that might induce prayer and fasting even now. Like, I don't know.
It means so much more than it did, because now I know. Okay, look, when you see things on a prayer letter, first of all, read the prayer letters. Please read their updates of your missionaries. Please, please, please. Their Facebook posts, read those things. When you see, pray for so-and-so, for the salvation of so-and-so and so-and-so's family, be specific. Be specific in that. Yeah, that changes for me, Sarah. More than just God bless our missionaries, it's Lord, provide this certain thing for them. If they provide, like the...
And we went through, I know a couple of years ago, some specific things to pray for missionaries, whether it's, I can't remember them right now, but pray for their families.
Yeah.
And, just pray that they stay right with God, all these different things that we had went
Right.
through as specific prayers. So this is good to kind of just remind ourselves
Right.
of these things again.
Right. That changes. And again, they're separated from their family, so they have an element of loneliness. I've even seen that a little bit recently. The families of the missionaries, pray for that. It's just specific. It needs to go from very general, Lord bless our missionaries, to very specific, bless so-and-so, bless their safety, bless their health, bless their ministry, bless their family. This family needs to get saved. Please let them get saved.
And I think in order to pray specific, obviously, if I have opportunity to go and visit a missionary, that's going to be a great catalyst to praying
Right.
more specifically.
Yes.
But not everybody might have that financially
Right.
and
True.
just logistically and where they are in their life stage. But I think you won't be able to pray specifically if you don't take a little time to think specifically.
True. Yeah,
And
I
to,
agree. Enter
you
the
know,
world. Leave your world and enter theirs. That's so very important. So yeah, prayer changes. Not a 180. It wasn't that I wasn't praying for them. It's just now it's a tweak. It's a pay attention to the names of these people in the prayer letters. Pay attention to the needs of the...
So I think in all these things you're saying, you're not saying, hey, y'all aren't praying, y'all aren't
No,
caring.
right. No,
You
I'm
know,
not.
It's not
But
that.
let's make a tweak. Let's make a tweak in that and change it from general praying to very specific praying. And then secondly, my appreciation is going to change.
What?
Safety. just going to and from. You don't have to worry about, because one of the checks that we do is doors locked. The doors have to be locked when we get out of this gate. And even when we're in the gate, the doors stay locked. The doors are locked. The safety, we take it for granted. Just run into the Walmart and run into the, the Chick-fil-A and.
I think one of the things a lot of times before you came, what you would be marcoing me or videoing me in some way, and you'd be driving to Walmart or whatever, and you'd come up to the roundabout, you'd be like, "Oh, I hate roundabouts."
Oh, after being here and
now I think you could go kiss those roundabouts.
Yes, they're amazing. They're amazing because the roundabouts here in Papua New Guinea are insane. I'm just telling you, they're insane. She's amazing at navigating them, but I'm just like mind boggled. I will not fuss about my roundabouts ever again. But yeah, safety, that appreciation changes. Just that, and not that everything's amazingly safe in the United States, but you don't have to worry. You don't have to grab extra hard onto this, that, or the other.
Well, I think we went to town yesterday, and when we were coming back, you made the observation, like it's exhausting because you're constantly going on high alert.
Yes, going to the store yesterday was exhausting for me. You got this. You're good.
I took a nap when we got back.
I know. Yeah, that's true. You did, didn't you? I did too. But it's just exhausting because you're always looking and watching and paying very close attention to where you are and who you're with. Next, I would say, and last, access. We have access to anything that we need, and I'm learning here. Like I wanted a Diet Dr. Pepper. Yeah, that doesn't exist here.
Well, I think
a Sprite exists. I've treated myself to a Sprite or two carbonated drinks since I've been here.
But it's kind of neat though too, because it's even more of an opportunity sometimes to pray and ask God specifically for things. Remember, after you got here, we were looking for bath mats. And I was like, I don't even know if there are bath mats in this country. But before we went that day,
we did.
We prayed.
And
sure enough, the first couple places we went, But then all of a sudden we found it. And you never know where you're going to find it. It could be randomly like in the pet food aisle or something.
That's true. But we found them.
But we found them.
Yes.
And so then we could thank God for that.
Right. Yeah. Access to anything that I need. That my appreciation for that will change definitely. Yeah. That's prayer changes. My appreciation for things changes.
Yeah.
Things change. That's.
Good job.
Thank you.
You get 100%.
Yes, I get a rhinestone today,
yes,
don't I?
Yes, right? Or I think there was a bonus, so it's like 105 or something.
Okay, good.
I don't know.
Good. I'm glad.
Get that.
Yes.
Thank you so much for just being willing to answer those questions to us.
Good.
For letting me ask you hard questions.
Yeah.
And
it's fun.
Thanks for letting me be a part of these last few weeks. You asked me today, you were like, do you have like, is this annoying? And I was like, no, I love this.
She actually loved it. That glitter in her eyes. She actually loved it.
I mean, this is going to be fun a little bit, but this has been crazy fun too.
Yeah, it's been fun. I appreciate you
and
doing
I'm just so thankful to God for the good gift He has given me in you and in allowing you to come.
Yeah.
And so thankful for those that supported you so that you could get here and covered other responsibilities and things. And
the prayers of the people too.
It's just been everything I think that we could have imagined to pray for before you came.
Yeah.
God answered and then exceeded that.
Exceeded it, yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally agree with that. It's been fantastic. Lord willing, Becky and I will begin our travels back to the United States on Tuesday afternoon, July 5th. We'll have about 6.5 hour flight from Port Moresby to Singapore, and then Singapore to Doha, about 8 hours, and then Doha to Atlanta is 15.
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to that.
Someplace you'll hit one of the wonders of cross world travel, and that is, I think it'll be your July 6th. It will never end.
Yeah,
your July 6th will be like 48 hours
Yeah,
long.
seriously, no joke.
You'll keep running into it. You know?
Because we leave here on July 5th, and we get back to Atlanta July 6th.
After you have traveled 40 some hours.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Like the math doesn't work.
Yeah, the math doesn't work. But anyhow.
Be the day that never ends.
Yeah, definitely. I'm preparing myself for that, if you can. So anyhow, like I said, I pray that this gets is able to get uploaded so that you can pray for us. But please continue to pray for us in our travels. Find your missionary and love them hard. Find your missionary and love them hard. They need it. They need it. They need some extra from us, from you, and take it upon yourself to be that for your missionary. It could be the difference between coming home and staying on the field. Think about that for a minute. Your encouragement, your love, your investment could make all the difference in the world. You need to see it as that. We need to see it as that. Thank you for joining us from my chair. We appreciate you and following us through this journey. And Lord willing, the next time we'll see you. I'll have to be by myself.
That's so sad.
I know, that stinks, doesn't it? I love you, Sarah. Thank you so much
I love you.
for doing this and hosting us so well. It's fantastic, fantastic. Don't forget Lydia at 11 in her journey to remain cancer-free. Now go be amazing today.